Back in the fall of 1990, as a staff writer for Weber State University's campus newspaper, The Signpost, I wrote a review of a Too Much Joy album called Son of Sam I Am. My take on it then was, in all honesty, a bit off. I called it a good album and mentioned its wit and the clever drumming, but reading it now, my review felt hesitant. I focused on the fun surface-level humor without really getting to what was beneath it all. It's a perspective that, looking back after 35 years, really feels incomplete. That initial good has since blossomed into a real lasting admiration, not just for the album, but for the band itself. The original review was a product of its time. In 1990, Too Much Joy was an obscure but fascinating blip on the pop culture map. Their early brush with the mainstream was a strange and wonderful thing to witness. This was the era of MTV where a band's looks was almost as important as its sound. For a band as proudly uncommercial as Too Much Joy, it was a tough situation. Still, they found a way to get some fleeting attention through just sheer guts. Their success on the music channel came from a few smart, cynical videos that were just too darn strange to ignore. From Son of Sam I Am, there was the infamous Making Fun of Bums, a song whose title alone was enough to stir up controversy and, as a result, some attention. And then came That's a Lie. Or was it the other way around? I can't remember. No matter, because that was another great song and great video that took a shot at those of us who just can't help but alter the truth just a little bit every now and again. And if you tell me that you never have, I suspect that you just did. But the real secret, the one I didn't fully appreciate way back in 1990, was how truly great the Son of Sam I Am album is. Over the years, I have come to the conclusion that it is a master class in turning musical ideas on their head. It's a pop album that makes fun of pop, a rock album that deconstructs rock, and a funny album that uses humor to explore some pretty dark and serious themes. The tracks that I dismissed as merely clever were actually incredible pieces of songwriting. For me, the song that has come to define the album, my personal favorite, is called Clowns. Now, it wasn't one of the MTV hits, but I feel like it captures the band's essence. It's a simple song with a direct, unadorned vocal delivery that's just plain fun to listen to. It taps into a universally shared thought. At least I think it's universally shared, and that's that nobody really likes clowns. The band expertly turns that mild dislike into a hilarious, honest anthem about a strange shared phobia. It's a song that proves you don't need a deep, serious message to create something genuinely brilliant. Their notoriety continued on later albums with catchy pop songs like Crush Story, Donna Everywhere, and their very own theme song. All of these songs showed that they never stopped writing subversively brilliant pop. They were never a slick, prepackaged band, although they tried, but they were smart, funny, and always seemed on the verge of something big. Their brief moments on MTV were a testament to their unique appeal. They were a cult band with just enough mainstream exposure to make their devoted fans feel like they were in on a secret. 35 years later, that secret society of Too Much Joy fans is still going strong. Which brings me to a truly special moment that happened just a couple of days ago. On August 26th, in a fan's basement in Butte, Montana, my brother Steve and I were among 20 people who saw something truly magical. It was a concert by the duo Wonderlick. Now, they're comprised of Too Much Joy vocalist Tim Quirk and guitarist Jay Blumenfield. The guys were just positioned in front of us with nothing more than 2 comfy chairs and 2 acoustic guitars. What followed felt less like a concert, more like a private gathering between old friends. They had a ton of banter, with Tim providing context and history for Wonderlick classics like Rhinoceros, 16-Year-Old Girl, and I Want to. They also played a couple of Too Much Joy classics, their theme song, of course, and King of Beers. It was a genuine, heartfelt connection between Tim and Jay and the audience. They played songs from across their Wonderlick catalog, and the stripped-down acoustic arrangements let the lyrics really shine in a new and powerful way. In a world of overproduced shows, think about those 80s throwback concerts, right? They have that kind of corporate-y feel to them. This was the opposite. It was just pure and authentic. And in that small room with just a handful of fans, felt like the hearts of these two guys had just been distilled down into its purest form. To be part of that small crowd was truly special, a unique experience that solidified my long-held belief that Jay and Tim's magic lies not just in their music, but in their enduring spirit of their friendship and their creativity. Those of us who were there that evening owe a huge thank you to our hosts, Carl and Shelley, for making that magical evening happen. Yep, it's been quite a journey, I've got to say. It began with a review from a wannabe journalist. I think that's a fair name to apply to me. That was just a bit off and has now ended with my admission right here on YouTube that I harbor a deep admiration for both of the bands that I've talked about here today. Yep, I'm glad that my initial take was dead wrong and that I've had the past 35 years to truly appreciate Too Much Joy and now Wonderlick. Folks, that's not a lie. Oh, and for the love of God, people, please don't turn into a rhinoceros.